Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Sacramento Kings potentially signing Jonathan Kuminga from the Golden State Warriors, as reported by Bleacher Report. The Sacramento Kings are pushing for Jonathan Kuminga, and they are the team that are the strongest pursuer right now, but the deal with the Warriors isn't close. You would think it was right now, with it potentially being a sign and trade with Jonathan Kuminga, that Malik Monk is a guy that'd be involved. The Kings are very eager to move Malik Monk, and it's someone who I think could be interesting, an interesting addition for the Golden State Warriors. I think it'd be interesting to watch if the Warriors added in Malik Monk, what would happen with Brandon Podziemski, guys like Podziemski and Buddy Hield, because as those guys being some of the best two guards for the Warriors, they would definitely hurt if they added in Malik Monk. Especially, you can go down the rabbit hole for the Warriors. Look at Moses Moody as well, who might have to play more at the three if he's going to get minutes. So the Warriors would definitely have a lot of talent at the two guard if they did a sign and trade where it was Malik Monk for Jonathan Kuminga. But I think if it's a sign and trade, that is the most likely option. Kuminga signs probably a 4-5-year deal with the Kings, and Malik Monk heads to Golden State in the sign and trade. Kuminga averaged 15 points per game this season in 47 games, averaging 24 minutes per game. He played really well in the playoffs for the Warriors at the end of the second round series when Stephen Curry got injured. The final 4 games of that series, this is in order of Game 2 to Game 5. This was what he put up in the final 4 games: 18, 30, 23, and 26, alongside having some solid defense in some of those games. In Game 3, he had 2 blocks. He also did a solid job rebounding and was good from was solid. I wouldn't say good, but was solid from 3-point shooting in that series as well. So just did a great job in that series for the Warriors, even though it wasn't a great series overall, losing Steph and then losing the 4 games where you're without Steph. Just because the team didn't play well doesn't mean you can look at Jonathan Kuminga's performance and say that he played really well, and if he can get a chance as a number 1 option or maybe a 1B, look, he might not be a number 1 option in Sacramento, right? But and I know they've got, if you look at add in Kuminga, you've got Sabonis and Zach LaVine next to him, and those are 2 great scorers next to him. And I wouldn't look at DeMar DeRozan, because I think if Jonathan Kuminga arrives with Sacramento, most likely DeRozan's getting traded. I think we all thought DeRozan would get traded anyways, but if Kuminga gets added in, I think DeRozan is most likely getting traded elsewhere. But you add in Kuminga next to Sabonis and LaVine, I think it will give Kuminga more opportunities to be a number 1 compared to playing next to Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler. Sabonis, even though he is a solid scorer, he is a guy that looks to pass, is a great facilitator. Zach LaVine at times can be a good facilitator as well. So I think Kuminga could turn into more of a number 1 option next to LaVine and Sabonis. Definitely wouldn't be, but it kind of be like, and like Zach LaVine is the worst out of all 3 of them, out of Sabonis, Kuminga, and that's, look, I don't know, I'm not trying to even say anything bad about Zach LaVine, because he is really underrated, I think, especially if you look at the season he had. But Kuminga, I think, is that good, and he has that much potential. Honestly, and I'm not saying you add in Kuminga and you've got Kuminga, LaVine, and Sabonis, it's not going to be anything really special, but I think it's you don't say this often, a 1A, I don't think there's really a number 1. I think it's 1A, 1B, 1C of Kuminga, LaVine, and Sabonis. But would be interesting, I think the whole interesting thing would be, is if the sign and trade happens and Kuminga goes to Sacramento, Monk goes to Golden State, where does DeRozan get moved? I would bet Miami would be the favorite, but what do you get from Miami in a potential deal? What is DeRozan's worth is a question, because I just don't see DeRozan staying if Kuminga gets added in. I didn't really see DeRozan staying in before any of this, but I think if Kuminga gets added in, I think it will really put an exclamation point on DeMar DeRozan's time in Sacramento. 1 season. Let me know your thoughts on the potential signing for the Sacramento Kings in the comment section, and peace out.